Sales videos have become a very popular tool among the internet marketers these days, but they often put too much of information in the video, and the end result disappoints them a lot. And yet, they do not know what went wrong and caused a decline of conversions from the sales video. When you are putting your hard work into the video sales letter, the marketing strategy needs a lot of concern for sure. The only way to determine a sales letter's quality is by testing it. Now, we're going to discuss on how to split test your video sales letter, or VSL, so that you can improve your approach. First things first, what exactly is a split test? Split tests can be done not only in sales videos, it can be done with your sales page, webinars, and so many more. In this case, it is a series of experiments on your sales videos. It may sound intimidating as split testing carries a certain connotation that it's something very complex, but as you learn about it, you'll see how easy and important it is. It is done with the goal of improving the sales videos in terms of number of clicks, purchasing rate, and so on. Even though split testing requires some hands-on work and patience, but it's definitely worth the time and energy you invest in, because the results of split testing may save you more sales by just tweaking the elements in your sales page. As you already know, you conduct split testing with the goal to improve the sales video. However, even though a video is always more engaging than text, you need to understand more about the elements that would affect the sales rate of your products. This is where the split test comes in. You need to track on the conversion rates throughout the whole split test. This is to determine which elements affects the sales rate. You'll tweak only one element in the sales video, and then keep track on the conversion rates. And then, once you've gotten the result from the split test again, you'll use the one with higher conversion rates for the rest of the product launch. Now that you have a video sales letter with higher conversion rates, it's going to increase the purchase rates as well. When the conversion rate is high, chances that people will click on the buy button is much higher. This is another reason that you conduct split tests to your sales video. Everything is linked together when you're doing the split testing. When your video conversion rate is high, it means that your page ranking is high as well. This is because the traffic generated to your site is massive, and with massive traffic, your ranking in search engines will go up. One of the aspects that is accounted when search engines evaluate your site is the conversion rate. Moving on, you need to conduct the split test to test on the responses of your customers. As mentioned, understanding your target market is something really important that you wouldn't want to ignore. In the split test, you are directly testing on the responses of your clients, which enable you to understand the nature of your target market. For instance, what kind of opening can attract them more? How long the video should be to fit your client's time schedule, and so on. Take note on the element you've changed to do the split test, and then make a list of the things you need to take note on making the sales video. However, things are constantly changing in the internet business. You may need to conduct split tests once in a while to update your list for that particular niche. One thing you need to remember here is the people in different niches react differently to different approaches of the videos. So, if you had a few niches, do the split test for each of them. All you need to prepare for the split testing are 2 videos, platforms to upload the videos, and a registered account in VWO.com. For the videos, you change only one element each time for the split testing. Remember this because if you change 2 or 3 elements each time, it would be harder to pinpoint what went wrong as you wouldn't know which element affected the result. So, change one element for each split test. Secondly, you need to prepare a platform to upload the video sales letter as well. The procedure is the same as when you are going to launch a product. One thing different is you are going to split your subscribers and send them different videos. VWO.com will take care of this part for you. When you are in VW.com, create a free trial account or buy their services if you have extra budget for it. When you are in your account, you can choose to start a campaign to conduct your split test campaign. Upload your videos and subscribers will do. VWO will take care of the rest for you. There are plenty of factors that can make a product successful. When it comes to video sales letters, many people often forget to implement the sales principles they promise initially. Intellectual awareness is important, but for that, you need to be confident about your product to be a success. Everyone is working bit by bit, but not all of them can become successful. As long as you are clear on what you're doing, you will be able to achieve it. What you need to know when you are conducting the split testing is, first, to understand the concept of search engine optimization. When you understand all the aspects to create a video sales letter with great SEO, your page rank is going to be higher. When this happens, your site is going to get massive traffic. If you remember, I've mentioned about changing only one element for each test just now, because you have to know which element caused the difference in the conversion rate and purchase rate. The elements that you can test on are the opening, headline, duration of the video, and the ending. The opening serves a vital role to create the first impression to the visitors. You can do a split testing on the choice of words you are using or the way of introducing your product. Moving on, the second element you can test on is the headline of your sales video. Same as your opening. Headline creates the first impression to your visitors as well. The next element will be the duration of your video. People today prefer simplicity. I would recommend the duration of your video to be 2 minutes or less, but I wouldn't know what the preference of your visitors is. Hence, you must do the split test on the duration as well. Select the best converting duration for the niche, and then the last element will be the most important one, which is the ending of the video. An ending is vital, especially for pure video sales letters, because the call to action must be done effectively or you will lose a lot in the launch. So, be sure to test all the elements and choose the best out of it. You can have 2 to 3 variations for each element in your split testing, and then split your subscribers into 2 groups and send them the different videos for the test. Now that you already know what to take note of when conducting the split test, I am going to lead you through the steps on how to actually conduct the split test of your VSL. First step, you're going to change one element in your sales video. As mentioned, you can have 2 to 3 variations for each element. Step 2, upload them to different platforms. Do it exactly the same as you are going to launch a product, however, with a slightly different HTML link to differentiate the website. You should have 2 pages that look exactly the same except for the element that you've changed for the test. Next, you can go to VWO.com to register a free trial account. Follow the steps in VWO.com and VWO will take care of the rest for you. Finally, you must keep track on the conversion rate for each video. This can be said the most important step in split testing. You can go to springmetrics.com or Google Analytics to track on your videos. They are both free software online that you can use to track on your videos or websites. After knowing the basics and the intricacies of a sales video, we're going to explore how the video should be presented. In this module, we're going to look more on what's outside of the sales video screen. We're going to explore more on the sales page rather than making the video itself, because the idea of having a video is to enhance a sales page. Here, we're going to look at what are pure video sales letters, pure copy, and hybrid video sales letters. We're going to look at the good, the bad, and everything in between. First of all, let's look at what is a pure video sales letter. A pure video sales letter is a page where there is only a video and an opt-in form in the page, or any call to action. This is where the video does all the selling without the aid of text or copy. The page itself can usually be seen in whole without having to scroll down. There's only a video and a call to action. This kind of sales letter is rather contemporary. Nowadays, communication has gotten more visual heavy, and a pure video sales letter embodies that change. A pure video sales letter is usually designed to be slick and simple, not necessarily minimalistic. However, having that simplicity and directness makes the sales letter design look clean and not cluttered with text, copy, images, and unnecessary clip art. Usually, the only control the visitor has is the play and pause button on the video. If you look at modern advertisements on billboards, on some sales letters and posters, you'd see that what they sell strongly is actually the image. The visual is the dominant element. So, what can we do to make up for the absence of a copy in a pure video sales letter? The answer is the script and the presentation, of course. For you to sell only with video, you need to have a well-written and strong sales script. It may sound easy to write a script, but remember that this will be your only weapon, so you really need to write a good one. If you're not bold enough to do it yourself, you can always hire a writer. The presenter of the video, usually the product vendor, also has to have a spokesperson charm. A sales video is not too far off from a face-to-face sales pitch. All the qualities needed in a face-to-face selling are needed in a video presentation too, like having a controlled tone of voice, strong command of language, also body language, and above all, charisma. Now we know roughly of what is a pure video sales letter, let's discuss its advantages and disadvantages. We'll start with its advantages. First, a pure video sales letter is more contemporary and modern. People are more convinced with a sales page that doesn't look out of date or old, especially for digital products. Because of the simple and modern design, it's easier for visitors to absorb information presented in the video. A cluttered page can send a visitor away, as most elements in the page can be distracting. A slick and lean designed sales letter with a strong video presentation, however, has the power to be far more convincing. Not only the visitors don't have to read a long copy in order to get your message, it's also comfortable for them to hear your pitch. And with this style of design, too, you can focus on making the video more than the design of the page. This will save you at least a fraction of a headache. Another advantage is that with less copy, or total absence of it, it means that you don't have to spend any energy or money in writing and coming up with a copy. That is one duty crossed off from your list. There are some drawbacks in making a pure sales video, of course. One of them is that without having sales copy, you'd need to come up with a great video script. So, in a way, there's still an advertising copy that has to be made, only in a different form. And without sales copy, too, the visitor couldn't get your message entirely should they feel the video is too laborious to watch, or if the video has trouble loading. That would usually spell trouble for you, and you'll lose a lot of customers. You can't be certain if the video reaches your prospects or not. Now we move on to the next sales letter format, which is pure copy. A pure copy is a very common form of sales letter. It doesn't contain any video. Instead, it focuses more on its advertising copy. This form of sales letter is maybe old-fashioned, but that doesn't change the fact that it is still effective. It's not entirely in text or dull like a newspaper article. It does contain some images and visuals of the product. Of course, visuals are needed. Without them, a sales letter wouldn't be complete. However, in a pure copy sales letter, the visuals are sparse. A pure copy sales letter focuses more on the copy and also how it's structured. What I mean by structured is, in this case, it's not only how the copy is written and the language aspects of it, but also how information is presented. It is very ineffective to have a sales letter that is strictly paragraph after paragraph of text. What a pure copy sales letter also has are bullet points, tables, and, as I've mentioned, a bit of images and visuals. So, in essence, a pure copy sales letter relies heavily on the body copy, but a visitor wouldn't just read the copy without a proper introduction to reel them in. There is a very important element that influences the effectiveness of this sales letter, which is the headline. The headline of a pure sales letter is what determines the readers. In fact, it's so important that internet marketers believe that the headlines do 80% of the selling. It plays a major part because the headline will determine whether the visitor will stay in your page and continue reading or skip it. Now, for the advantages of a pure copy sales letter, the first one would be that a pure copy sales letter doesn't require you to make a video, which means that you'll save a lot of time and energy so that you can attend to other businesses. Unlike videos, a full page copy is less likely to have problems loading because the page will be simple. Even though there are less elements in a pure video sales letter, as we discussed previously, the pure sales copy, even though it is not with the simplest design, still doesn't require much to load. A video is a heavy file, so it is likelier to encounter problems with it. Lastly, the advantage for having a pure copy sales letter is that you can send your message clearly. In a video, the audience might miss small details here and there, but a pure copy saves them from that. All information and messages that need to be sent are displayed on the page, and the readers could go through them at their own comfortable pace. The disadvantages of using a pure copy sales letter, firstly, is that without a video, it's less likely that the visitors have the discipline to stay on the page and pay attention and read a long copy that you've prepared. What people want is to have more visual heavy content because it's easier to absorb. The next disadvantage of a pure copy sales letter is the length of the copy. Usually, a pure copy sales letter is very long. There is a lot of information to squeeze in a sales letter. All this information can be presented without taking too much time and effort in a sales video, where messages are spoken, not written. Also, in a pure copy sales letter, you need to be a good copywriter. You need to have the skills and know the techniques. It is actually trickier than you think. Let's move on to the next form, which is a hybrid video sales letter. A hybrid sales letter is a combination of both pure video sales letter and pure copy sales letter. In many ways, it has the best of both worlds. A hybrid sales letter has a sales video that is usually the first thing the audience sees. It is located directly below or above the headline. The headline doesn't play a big part like in a pure copy sales letter. In a hybrid video sales letter, as usually, in these pages, the video plays automatically and it will be the attention grabber. Below the video is the copy. The copy here may not be as long as a pure copy sales letter, but it still has to have all the qualities of a pure copy sales letter, which are sufficient information, structure, a little bit of images, and a very strong and convincing writing. The length of the copy for the sales letter is entirely up to you. You can choose to have a short or long form copy. However, it's important to note here that the length of the copy is not really vital. Don't assume that the audience wouldn't read a long copy, because it's proven that they do. In fact, a long form copy has proven to sell and is as effective as a short form copy. Now we are going to look at the advantages and disadvantages of a hybrid sales letter. First, we'll talk about the advantages. One of the reasons for using the hybrid sales letter is that, as mentioned, it has the advantages of both pure video sales letters and pure copy sales letters. To recap, the video allows the audience to get all the information needed concerning the product without being forced to read through the copy. Also, the video works as an attention grabber, and it is very effective in doing so. With a hybrid sales letter, chances of closing down sales are much higher than pure video sales letters or pure copy sales letters. This is the better choice. The only disadvantage of this is that now you have doubled the amount of work. You now have to prepare both a video and a copy. You may have to invest a little bit of money if you wish to delegate some of the work to other professionals. This might be laborious to some, but because of its effectiveness, it'll be worth it. In the end, what we want is not to carry out the easiest tasks. What we are after is success, and success is never easy.